come on.
16th century Japan. Brave men ride into battle, fighting an evil emperor. With their only hope, a golden scepter that can open the gates of time itself. Now, in their darkest hour, four brave fighters from another time, another place, another species.
You were expecting maybe the Addams Family?
They're back, and they're back in time.
Check it out! We're in Shogun!
Once before, demons defeated my ancestors. Now they've come back for me.
Talk about your quantum leap!
My cannons can destroy these monsters, my lord.
Uh-oh, this doesn't bode well. Stop!
How are we gonna get home?
Somebody dial 911.
I have a feeling we're gonna be here for a very long time. This is the worst rescue I have ever had.
I think I swallowed a frog. Hope it wasn't an ancestor.
New Line Cinema presents
A Legorama. Sweet!
the four greatest turtles
Hey, all right. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
ever to go down in history.
It's just your ordinary time travel equal mass displacement kind of thing.
Kids, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up.
Yep, what you just saw is the main title of the movie. Here's the VHS tape I've been having for a long time. This is the original tape. Right here I'm holding is the old classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 movie right here. I don't let that trailer play for itself. It says the back of the cover says Teenage Mutant Turtles 3 is the best out of the series, loaded with a great action, humor, and family treatment fun. And it says right here, America's most awesome amphibians are back, and this time they're history in all new motion picture adventure when a magic scepter steadily transport April back through time to the 17th century Japan. The boys take off in hot pursuit, cowabungling their way out of the sewers right into Samurai-Rama. Now they must battle the evil Lord Naga to reclaim the magic scepter that will bring them back the below subway of New York City. So join the heroes on the half shell and totally horrific trip through time the entire family will love. It says here the running time of this movie is 95 minutes, but you can clearly see it on there. First of all, whether you love this movie or hate about it, sadly, once they did the third movie, legendary Jim Henson already kicked the bucket when they did that second movie in 1991, and doing the last puppeteers of these characters. So now they're done by different people we never heard of. Angry Video Game Nerd already talked about how much this movie sucked. Yuck. The only problem with the movie is it has Casey Jones in it now. That he made no appearance in the second movie. Third, most likely, it took me like years. I'm not kidding, like years for me to finally talk about this third movie. I already talked about the first and second movie. It took me like forever to finally talk about the third of the franchise. And believe me, I will talk about the Michael Bay ones in the future that were not that popular back then. I'm talking about this movie since it came out so long ago. Oh, in 1992. Since I'm not allowed to show actual scenes in the movie, I'll just show you. I'll show you like most of them. The movie does have April O'Neil just grab a magical scepter at a sale and go back in time. So now it's up to our beloved turtles. It's Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and Leonardo to go back in time to save April from two new villains we never heard of. Either you like this movie or not, it's basically like them going back in time, but it's kind of funny that the fourth game of the franchise, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, actually came out the same year as the movie did. And that's like saying a lot here. So, yeah, there's not much else to say about the Turtles 3 movie. That they just go back in time, that change history, and there's like Lord Naga's grandson that uses the same scepter that sent them back in time in the trade places. This is insane goes to the ones that hold on to the scepter.
Google still tracks you in incognito mode. Use DuckDuckGo, a real private browser.
And Casey Jones had to look at the samurai lost warriors like him, and instead of going back in time with them, there's also one that looks like him, his great ancestor, and the rat that's supposed to be a resemblance of, well, Splinter. The only main problem with this movie is
Come and get me, come on! Watch your head.
the turtles themselves are kind of annoying in this one because they talk non-stop throughout the entire movie, except in most serious parts. It's pretty much the reason why they stopped doing turtle movies a long time ago. Next, most likely, Michelangelo gets taken by this lady named Kaisa, whatever her name is. They mistaken him as a demon, or they say in their Japanese language, Kappa means demon. Some are good and some are very evil, that Splinter says. But I'll give the movie some credit. Some of these actors are doing a good job doing these roles. But look at their designs. Just look at their designs. They look like ridiculous puppets showing their teeth, and they just look so wrong. But then again, we had like the come out of our shells tours that look like avian frogs and ones that don't even move their mouths. But getting back to basic topics here. I was not ready to talk about this movie yet on how unforgiving this movie really is. Sure, as a kid, I find it pretty funny back then. Sure, it made me laugh. People will either love this movie or despise it. Nonetheless, I'm not going to give too much away if you want to watch the entire movie all to yourself. I'm not going to make like a 20-minute review of this thing. You have to watch the movie for yourself. It does have the main villain, Walker, and once our hero's dead, by shooting them with a cannon. But this movie does have some serious moments, like Michelangelo saves a young Yoshi that's trapped inside the building that's catch on fire because of Walker and his men scaring young villagers, citizens. But thanks to the turtles, they save the day. And I'll get to these ones very soon. Yep, here's the main villain, Walker himself. So there's like no ancestors of the Shredder, or no Rocksteady, no Bebop, no Crane, no nothing. You just get these main villains of the movie. It just depends if you like this film or not. But it does have some touching moments in it. It just kind of murdered the franchise and not do any more Turtle movies. Except for the one called Next Mutation, where the Turtles look somehow even worse. But, and I'll not say like the whole entire movie is not the worst film I ever watched, but it's close to being unforgiving at times.
Lather, rinse.
Yeah, these videos like to play a lot of commercials. Sure had some action in it, but the only time that Michelangelo joins a fight is almost like twice, and that's it. And random jokes in, the turtle dug in the shell, gets all pretty fast. It just seemed almost out of place for the turtles to go back in time and do all this. Also rechange history. Also, someone stole the scepter from them when Michelangelo was holding it and drops it. But turns out it was the sister's little brother, right there next to Leonardo, was holding it the entire time so they won't die in battle. But I'll give it some credit. It does have some heartwarming scenes in it, so there's that. I would say it's not the producer's fault or the writers that made this movie exist. They just had to make another quick buck and that's it. I mean, I don't hate this movie. It's kind of like what they say in their own video, awfully good. But sometimes it is kind of funny, but it just seemed a little obnoxious at times. Just they're done talk nonstop throughout the entire review, and it does have like minor problems. I'm just hearing that. It's kind of the reason why we didn't get any more Turtle movies, except for the TMNT 2007 movie, which I'll get to another time. which people pretty much forgot about that. It's pretty much the reason why they stopped making live-action turtle movies back then. Like, and every 20 years later, and they finally brought them back, and they look awful in the Michael Bay ones. But I'm just doing a short review because I really don't want to do like a whole 20-minute video review of this one. I'm just having a stressful time, not feel like talking about too many movies this often. It's pretty much how they just murdered a franchise by doing these kinds of ridiculous things going on. And horrible scream effect when they defeat, well, technically the great ancestor of Casey Jones, finish him off by firing a catapult, which I will not show because I'll be almost copyrighted playing soundtracks from the actual movie. But I will say this, the effects look almost have as bad as him falling to his watery doom. So you have to watch the movie for yourself and see if it's acceptably good or acceptably bad. I would say it's kind of half mediocre at best. It's kind of like good and bad all at once. In other words, it's kind of average. It's for the third of the franchise. So it's kind of like awfully okay. So I'll put that in the main title of the video review. Review TMNT3. Awfully okay movie. And that's all you have to know about it. Sure, they have the same actors from the first and second movie. Sure, they did their best playing as the turtles. Pretty well done. Sure, they had to recast their roles like 3 times now. And that's pretty much it. They don't want to do any more of these, so they just ended off on a high note just like that. They only said Cowabunga toward the end twice, and the third one ends of Splinter putting a lab on his head, cheering him up that he would like to stay in Japan instead of being in the raw sewage home. But I'll give the movie some credit. It does have some good songs in it that made me dance to it. Which again, I will not play because YouTube would almost block me for playing those. And that's it. That's all I can say about the movie. Just let me know in the comments what you think about the film. You like it good as a kid, or you find it almost irritating to be a movie that existed, should not existed at all. Just to squeeze another few bucks out of it. Alright, thank you all for listening. Have a fantastic time. Farewell.